Hello, Internet. It is time for another Wednesday's serial. This week, I have 16 comics. Yeah. Couple of them not too excited for. And so, yeah, I'll see how I pull through. I'm going to kind of read them based on excitement level first. Whether or not that actually speaks to the quality, we'll find out. Yeah. So, I hope you enjoy this journey at all. I don't know if I even like it yet. Yeah, let's see how it goes. Oh my gosh, it's me from the future, if you can tell, which you probably can't. I did this Ignite speech. It is 5 minutes with 20 slides about me trying to get people who don't read comics into comics. I'm going to link it at the bottom of this video. Please check it out. This is a video that I'm hoping it's strong enough that you guys want to share it around with your friends who maybe aren't so into comics. It was something that I took a chunk of time to prepare, and I think is something a little stronger than, just the normal Wednesday night ranting around comics, talking about stuff. So please, yes, go check that out, and come back to this video where I talk about so many comics. I realize it's a longer video. That's because it was a pile of comics. Oh my gosh. So first up, the end of Uncanny X-Force. I guess for now someone else takes over or something. Marvel now, who cares? Probably no one. Hopefully no one. I don't know, it was just kind of a sappy frickin' issue. There's a couple moments for someone who's been reading this since day one that were like, alright, that's cool. The part with Deadpool, that was supposed to be this touching moment where he's talking to the Apocalypse Boy after everything, and then Apocalypse, Ethan, I guess, says to him, you were my hero, Wade. You were my hero when I needed it. And Wade's like, no one's ever called me that before. I know I'm being a continuity nut here, but yes, people have called him a hero. It was a big point at the end of Cable and Deadpool, which was kind of the end of stuff, and people have called him the potential to have a hero, yada yada, but I mean, for someone to call him a hero, most of the Marvel Universe called Wade a hero at the end of Cable and Deadpool, because that was the point of Deadpool's arc in that 50-issue run. Like, this isn't some little, continuity nut somewhere in some random issue. That was something building up for an entire run, and they're pretending in this run like that never happened, and it's just this sappy throwaway moment, and it's just worthless because if you know the character, it's already happened. Not to say that it couldn't have worked, it was just the specific words used and whatever, but it was, I don't know. Then there's some weird shit with Phantom X that they're using to set up Lady Phantom X in the future. Yay. I don't know. Kind of a soft punch to a stronger series. I couldn't be bothered to actually read all the supposed words in this book. Just don't suffer this lightly. I canceled it, but I have to pick up, I think, one more issue. So, Angel and Faith is finally getting to a bit of the idea of the consequence of resurrection, a la the whole Buffyverse thing, and playing on some dearly departed characters in a way that works in this book. When you have something so tied to mysticism, the idea of resurrection in this light makes so much sense. Yeah, I mean, this book's being written right on, and so despite, me chopping up that with Buffy, this book I have a feeling is going to go for a while, but it seems like the point of the series is going to wrap up soon, so we'll see how it continues. Right, Rachel Rising. And this, I'm going to try to recommend this book again, but I'm going to try it a little differently. more specifically for you, Mr. Ghost Critic, if you're watching, or really any fan of The Unwritten, which is a series I'm working through currently. In this, they play on the idea of stories. The idea that stories are just events that have been told. And with these events happening in a very much world like our own, the idea of things like this have happened before really plays on that in an interesting way. And it's nowhere near to the level that Unwritten takes that, of course, because that's not the crux of this book. But it adds another dimension to it, the idea of this kind of zombification thing having something old to it, and it really makes it more of a mysticism book than the sort of zombie thing that you see in like The Walking Dead or something. It really, this is the issue that's playing with the zombie thing that really justified it being set apart from all the other zombie stuff that you see out there. So highly recommend this book, Saga 8. And the contrary in me at this point would normally be like, yeah, this book is whatever. No, this is just keeping pace. It's still being awesome. And I'm starting to really, normally I don't, but I'm really starting to agree with people that I want more, because we're not even getting to catch up with every, main plot line anymore. We've been really focused on the family. We haven't seen anything from anyone else in a little while, which makes sense, but I'm really starting to wonder what's up with the will, what's going on, a couple other places, and who knows. It is the best complaint to have about a book, that you just want more, and at the same time, I wouldn't want this book to double ship. I'd much rather have the quality than get the quantity up front. Plenty of other books to read, plenty of this to reread now, and you just gotta take it as it comes and enjoy. So Scarlet Spider 12.1. For some reason they decided to let this book get good again, which sucks. Because now I'm thinking about maybe getting it again? I'll see. I still have to write out one more issue, I think. Yeah. They're playing on a slaving angle in Houston, and then AIM and then the Hand are involved, and it's the middle of this gang war. The only real superhero around isn't really a superhero, but it's a slightly darker edge on Spider-Man, except it doesn't feel darker. It feels like he's seeing people slave other people, and he's not going to just let them come out of jail to try it again. Sort of. Just, this is working now. It's like Yost decided to wake up and finally write as good as he can, which when he's on, and it's awesome, but when he's not on, you get stuff like Minimum Carnage. So I really wish Minimum Carnage, the more I think about it, it was on top of just being bad, it was bad timing, especially for this book, because it didn't really have time to get its own going, because we're at 12.1 whatever, and that took a chunk. So it was really like the second chunk of that series, and the character hadn't had a chance to find himself and take advantage of everything else going on, and now we're somewhere else. So also the .1 they should have swapped with the last issue, because the other one would serve as a .1 much better as like a Christmas issue. There's some marketing there. Odd, but if you're curious about the Scarlet Spider, I said it last week and I'll say it again this week, you might actually want to check this out now if you're looking for some Spider-Man action that isn't the crappy slot stuff that's going to be going on anyways. DNA's half there, he's closer. And Venom 8 just stacks up to be another comic. He's in Philadelphia for now, but it looks like he wasn't intending to go there, which doesn't make sense with the last issue, and yeah. Wonder Woman, The New Gods Cometh, and we see a little bit about why when you get new audience you should test it out before you hit the field, maybe? But it's a slower issue, but it's set up and there's still a little bit of action, a little bit of excitement, but it's keeping you teetering on that edge. It's not It's not the most beautifully paced book ever, but now that I'm in this, I'm in it, and I can see where people say this isn't as strong as it used to be, but I really feel we're playing some setup, and if this had the event title with the, 1 of 12 probably on it, I think maybe people psychologically give it a little bit more of a pass, but I mean, he's setting up a whole idea with the new gods versus the old gods, and this is literally about as epic as it gets, and gotta plant your seeds to let that shit grow. So this is building to something. Whether or not this is worth it as much, though, will really come to fruition as this story comes closer to an edge. 6 Nights of Hawkeye, and this is the single best Christmas issue of anything ever. What do you say about something like this? It's something you just need to experience for yourself. The way that they're handling this like a comic book is nothing short of amazing, and an amazing title. This is one of the breakout things of the year, and I think you guys just need to check it out. This is awesome. Where is Jake Ellis? I don't know, we're seeing something new here. Not really new, but something old, but we're moving and getting the story at the same time. We're building to that short-come ending, and it should be interesting to kind of get a little more revelation out of this book as it goes, but I'm hoping they wrap up a little more than maybe they're planning to, because I don't think this has been getting the reception that it necessarily deserves, and I completely understand why. So I'd like to see them maybe put out a little more than a little less, which this one's been really action-packed, but not so much to what's going on, and I think we need a little more substance to the Flash to really make this a worthwhile thing to revisit. I Love Trouble started out, and the art on this book is awesome, and this whole thing's different. It's even printed a little different. It's really about this girl who finds out she can teleport, and she starts doing more of what you would do with that, not being a heroic type, but being a straight-up thief, and it is... You see her wanting to get away from it all. Like, I think she already wants to kind of get away from that because she sees where she's going to get mixed up, but it's already moving in such a way, and there's a few things going on. I don't know, it's a bit muddled, but I don't know, it's really, it's the problem with a lot of these crazy concept image books. One issue isn't quite enough to really get a feel, and sometimes it might take like, the first trade's worth, and we'll see if it can even survive that long. I don't know. So here's hoping this book gets a little bit of love, because it's something off the beaten path. So we've had Batwoman run off with Wonder Woman to try to sort out this mess in Gotham, but it's really smart. It's something most comics don't bother with. What's happening in Gotham while she's away? And you start seeing the connections of this book, and you see her life starting to merge, and you see these disjointed thoughts start to come together, and it all plays into this labyrinth that is the idea of Gotham, and it's all coming together in the way that this is written makes the panels and the art come together and the issues come together, and we're building towards a really strong ending to this arc. I'm hoping they pull off the hat trick that they're setting themselves up for, but wow, this book took a dive for a while, but this whole arc has been up, and it'll be curious to see where it goes when J.H. Williams kind of steps away from art duties again, because really, this comic, the way it intertwines the art with the words is so much more deliberate, means so much more to the comic, that when it's not there, it feels so empty by comparison that it just doesn't work without it. Because really we're dealing with a fairly simplistic superhero story, but it's the way that it intertwines with everything that makes it what it is. And without that, it does feel empty and lesser than other stuff. But with it, oh man, it's something to see. It's still a very relevant title, and I think some people have given up on it, but I think with this arc, people need to revisit, because this is definitely one of the strongest bits DC's putting out. So we finally get to a point in this Coyote business where we see something, and then we get to the drama of it all. But at the end here, we get a preview of what's coming next, and it's a tie-in with SpiderMan that I can't seem to escape, who's, with this appearance too now, no one worth reading about. It's killing me. It's killing me. I'm trying to just enjoy my Daredevil, and they slip in this stupid Spider-Man thing. I don't want anything to do with it. Well, I guess I'll read this much, see how bad that goes. So Nightwing the Joker plot continues, but this one also feels like a setup from prior stuff, and kind of like I'm playing with the first of these, but there's only one more issue, so we'll see how it goes, how much it really ties in. I don't know, this Nightwing tie-in only being 2 issues, I don't know, we'll see. It really isn't measuring up to the rest. It was decent, but and I'm not really liking this Nightwing comic. Apparently they're having him back on Zuko's daughter, Zuko being the one who killed his parents. That's just drama for the sake of drama. Nothing more. That's just lame. I don't know, and yeah, this book just did not hit me too hot. If some of you are reading some of it and like to defend it, I'd like to hear it, but really? I don't know. Weird. Okay, so I'm just gonna, I don't know if this even counts as a spoiler. The Red Hood tie-in with the whole Joker event is connected to the Teen Titans one, which I'm kind of happy for, because I can see why they had to do it, given the whole Robin and, Red Arrow angle, and Starfire, of course. I mean, really, it's kind of an offshoot of the old Teen Titans in some ways, and so I'm glad they're getting it out of the way when I'm actually bothering to buy those issues anyways. So, that's cool. This issue, you can really feel that the momentum was kind of weird because it's controlled by this bad event, and this really, at the end of the day, isn't a bad book. It is, and that's probably where half the sales come from, but really this is a small team book, and to see it kind of get controlled like this, it's interesting, because I can say without a doubt it is pretty much the one title that is not really being strengthened by this tie-in at all. It is really killing the momentum of it. So, blah. But it'll be interesting to see where it goes, and it still is a fun read nonetheless, but if you're looking to hop on, this is not the place with this book. But, might be because you're doing the event anyways, but c'est la vie. Also, yeah, that doesn't do a lot for you, does it? But you can imagine it being like Joker Deadpool, almost. So Thieves 11 felt like things were just going along, the story moving to kind of get where it's going. But then there's the last page, and you can see where this is headed. There'll probably be a small twist there, but that last page is the best cliffhanger it's just the best cliffhanger. That was awesome. So that is a glut of books. A lot of things are coming to an end, especially for me, but I hope you all enjoyed what you read, what you're going to read. Wish you all the happiest of holidays, of course. And look forward, be forewarned, it's the end of the year, so the I gush over the community videos are coming once again. We'll see if there's a new flavor this year. Yeah. Rock on, all y'all. And hit you soon with some videos, you know?